Good morning. Okay, so this is day 8 of 100 days of happiness. And um, it's moving day. Well, it's not moving day, it's packing day. So the place is a mess because it's time for me to actually pack up and move from this really beautiful place that I've been living in for the last 2 months in Anglesqueville, Les Neval. It's the hardest thing for me to say. Anglesqueville, Les Neval. Nobody ever says the Les Neval part. Everyone says Anglesqueville. And anyway, so I've loved it here. It's been just such a beautiful experience, and I've had so much growth and prosperity and feelings of just joy in this beautiful little cottage. And it's time for me to go. And so I'm packing. But this morning, I thought that I was going to get up and be really gung-ho about kind of getting everything organized because I am excited, even though I love it here. I'm very excited to be going to Paris for 1 week, and then I'm going to be going to Croatia for um, for 3 months. They've just started the tractor downstairs. That's so funny. It is so loud. The top, this is a 2-level place, and there's a bedroom back below, but they get the big tractor out. And I just love seeing the tractors um, doing the farm work, man. I love farming. I didn't know I loved this stuff. I'm not farmed. I shouldn't say that I love farming, but I love the farming community here in Normandy. It's beautiful, vast plains of green and, green and brown when the dirt is turned over. I'll pass these fields of just rich soil, and it feels really so high vibe to take walks here, and it's been winter. There have not been any leaves on the trees, but now it's March 12th, and the flowers are in bloom, and they've got tons of daffodils planted all along the kind of the sides of the road. And oh my God, it is so beautiful to watch the world awaken. I thank God for nature every day. So this morning I woke up and I was supposed to be working on A Course in Miracles. I'm supposed to do 30 minutes every morning studying the lesson and reading the chapter. But I just had this strong feeling that I wanted to come out here and work on my heart and dream mapping book. Now, so I have an approach to goal writing that is specifically designed to incorporate healing and resistance, and healing the resistance to the goals. So part of the process of goal writing for me is about getting in touch with the heart. The heart is the goal writer in my system of writing goals. So what I do is I do things to open the heart, and whether it's through meditation or daily journaling, or just following your vibe, just to see what you love. How does it feel? Dropping into our feelings, seeing what really excites us on the inside. So part of that is the process for writing goals with me. So the goals that come through are goals that are from the heart, not goals from the mind. So for example, when I used to write goals, and mind you, I never achieved these goals, okay? I was never able to reach my goals when I was in the old way that I was doing it. I would write, for example, I want to weigh my ideal weight. I want to have a boyfriend. Yeah? And what I've learned, well, I was never able to be my ideal weight for more than a moment, and I was never able to have a boyfriend that was what I really wanted. And that's the thing. With this goal writing strategy that I use, we go into the heart and we actually feel what the heart wants, and then we write those things as the goal. So because we're accustomed to living in our heads, the goal writing is usually disconnected from the heart. Now, not I shouldn't say that, because this is not true for everybody. But if you were like I was, focused on your weight, or focused on getting a boyfriend, or focused on a job, or focused on money, then those were goals that were coming from the head. You need money in order to travel the world. You need a boyfriend in order to, have your needs fulfilled for a man and sex. You need to be your ideal weight so that you can feel confident. That's how I kind of approached goals. So what I've started doing, and it's been an amazing journey, and it's been all about achievement, but it hasn't been about achievement, but it's just my goals are instantly manifesting. It's because they're coming from the heart, and they're based on satisfying how I want to feel. So, and actually this video is not about the goal writing process, but it is important. So let me finish telling you, because the thing that's today's happiness video is based on playing with the vision and enjoying the vision that rests inside the heart. Yeah? Enjoying the vision. Enjoying the life that the heart really wants to live. I just think that so many of us are afraid that if we give the heart what it wants, we're not going to be able to have a home, money. We're not going to survive. If we follow the heart, we're not going to be able to survive or thrive. I think that's what a lot of people feel. Like they think that the heart wants us to be broke, or we think that if we follow our heart and we're an artist, that is equated with being a starving artist. And I do believe that that was a paradigm that existed in the past. But I do not believe that artists have to starve. As a matter of fact, the artists that I know lived the richest, most exciting lives, Like some of my friends who are artists, like they're so creative, and they travel, and they create, they take risks, and they speak, they share what they know, and it's beautiful. And they educate people, and they give so much, and they're living their life as an artist, And that's what I want for myself, and that's why I started making this video this morning. So along with goal writing is for me, is the visioning of the goal. So I have what I call a heart and dream mapping book, and in this book are my goals. So this is where I write my goals, but this is also where I vision the goals, and I also write the objectives. So for some of my goals, I need objectives. Like, for example, one of my goals has shifted from being about weighing a certain amount, but has become having a really loving and nurturing relationship with my body, both inside and out. So my goal is to have a beautiful relationship with my physical body. Now, under that are my objectives. So the goal is about a loving relationship, and the objective is to have a loving relationship with food, to be sober with food. You've seen lots of my videos where I'm talking about food sobriety. Well, part of that is because I need to have a relationship with food, because I have to have a relationship with my body that's nurturing. So that objective serves my my goal. And another thing another objective is to exercise. But whereas my goal used to be, I want to exercise 3 times a week, my objective my goal is to have a loving relationship with my body, but now my exercise has moved into an objective, and it's more about letting my body express itself through physical activity. So that means I get to run. I love running. And I don't push myself to run more than what my body can handle. I have a weak ankle where, because my foot is my alignment, I've trained myself to be out of alignment to in my running. So I now have to work with realigning myself so that I can run further. But it's not about pushing myself to run further than my alignment at this moment can do. I have to practice running in alignment. And if it means I can only go 3 miles, hey, that's a loving relationship for me, for my body. That means I get to run only 3 miles that day. If my alignment is good and I can run further, then I'll run further, you know? So it's really been a great experience for me to write goals this year. I've been having so much fun. And look, there's a person running outside. There are probably only 10 cars and people that pass on this road, and there's a guy running, and he looks very upright, and he's running in such an easy, body-loving manner. He's not hunched over, he's not pushing like he's struggling, he's just going with the flow. I love it. So awesome. The universe is always going to show me what's important for me to know. This universe, this is a total co-creation, and we are instant manifestors. Absolutely. So going back to what I wanted to originally talk about with this video is about working on my heart and dream mapping book. So this is a book that I do, and it's supposed to take me a year to work through the whole book. So the book is broken down into parts, and I'm just beginning this process, so there are a lot of blank pages. You're not looking at a finished product. You're looking at a work in progress. So the first part of the book is about a vision, right? So the first part of the book is about my vision, and I have several actually. I have 6 different parts for my vision. I have, of course, love and romance. I have home and hearth, beauty, my vision of beauty for myself, what it means. I have career and expression, and I have spirituality and body and adventure, and then I have travel. So I don't know how many different parts there are, but there are many different parts. So, so what I've done is I've taken these different parts and I put little tags. You can't see that maybe. But anyway, I made little tags to help me have my vision. So for example, this is a part of my beauty vision. And because I've been pretty isolated in the past, and I'm coming more into the world, I'm actually thinking about how I show up in the world. And I love this dress that this girl is wearing with some sneakers, and then I found these sneakers here that have fur. These are things that I love. I love these pumps, and these are some Tiffany diamond platinum rings, which to me represent great quality and tradition and a bit of classic styling. And then you have this girl who's got this great attitude, leaning on this car. I love the energy of how she's wearing her clothing, how she's showing up. So she goes into my book under beauty. Now, the thing is, this book evolves. And so there are lots of there's some, not lots, because I actually have been really inspired. I actually have the beginning. This is also about beauty. It's about dance and movement and grace. And I have this male ballet dancer, a female ballet dancer, because I love the beauty and the grace of ballet. And also, to be honest with you, I would love to dance, right? And I would love to train like a dancer. And I know that dancers work really, really hard. I know. But still, though, that commitment really inspires me. That commitment to the body, that commitment to excellence is really inspiring for me. And I want to have more of that in my life. But the thing that I was working on that inspired me to work on this video, to make this video, was I was here in my career section, my career and creativity section. And for me, career is creativity. These things go hand in hand. And so I put them together because for me, a career is not about a job. It's about an unfolding of creativity and bringing it into the world. And, it's not about getting paid, although you will get paid. That's my theory. It's not that you have to get paid. You don't get paid first. No, sorry. The way I mean is the creativity comes first. The vision comes first, and then you get paid for it. That's my theory. And the thing that I realized in putting this book together and working on the goals, I thought that I just wanted to be an author and a coach. I really was thinking that that's what it's going to be for me for the next several years. But then as I'm working on this, on my book, I realized that I found this image of this woman, like kind of looking forward in this ship. She's the captain of this ship. And I realized, I'm like, I liked being an employer. I liked being a leader. And I realized that I want another business. I want a full-blown salon or boutique. I want a wellness center. I know that I want a business again. And I wasn't accepting it. It was inside of me, but doing this work in this way has opened me up to this. And what I realize is that I do want to write books. And I've got in my vision, I've got books and photography. I've got inspired words and painting stories. That's what I do as a writer, as an artist. That's what I'm working on with my books and my stories. And then I have also I found this image of this elegant table in a salon. I mean, in like a tea room in a tea room. And then I found another image of a tea room. I don't know if you can see that. I better stand up. I found another image of a tea counter. And I'm like, you know what? That's what I want again. When I was in Long Beach, I had this massage studio, and it was wonderful because it was a massage studio, but it had a tea room with 30 different teas and big leather chairs, beautiful statues, and everything was done with this elegance that I really appreciated, and a lot of people appreciated too. It was awesome to go in. There was music playing, and people were lounging around like in their robes, and it's a really high ceiling. And people were kicking back and they're just feeling great. And I loved being able to provide people with that. So I realized that that's what I want to do again. So doing my goals, I'm actually still refining my goals because I was following my heart when I was writing them, and I got my goals bigger and bigger and more soulful. But now I realize that I want to add some more meat into my goals. My goals for this year and the coming year, it's going to be about finding that place that I want where I can write my books, I can do my coaching, but I can also provide people with an experience of something that touches their soul. So that's where I am, and that's what today's day 8 of 100 Days of Happiness is. It's about having heart-oriented goals and taking the steps to bring them into being. And I was laughing because I found this quote here. It says, oh shit, I have to read it. It says, I cut this out of a magazine about this. It's an article about this author, and it says, philosophe et auteur de plus 75 ouvrages, which basically says philosopher and author of more than 75 works of art. And I thought, that's what I want to do. And as I was pasting this down, I wanted to have a picture of myself that I could put in this space. And I'm traveling. I don't have physical pictures of myself. But I said, ooh, my international driver's license expires in 2 months, and I don't plan on driving for the next 2 months. I'm going to find out. That's the only picture I have. I'm going to cut that picture out and put it in this book. And that's what I did. So maybe eventually I'll get a better picture of myself, but I added that picture in and it made me laugh so much that I put it right there next to this quote that I don't know, I had to laugh. So anyway, that's the happiness video for today. It is all about having heart-centered goals and and expanding through their awakening. Goals are not about the end game. They're about the journey you take in their unfolding, right? They unfold in the world around you. Okay, that's it. Day 8 of happiness. I am really happy this morning, and I still have to go and tackle all that shit I have. I gotta get all my shit into two suitcases and then lug those suitcases into Le Havre and then lug them onto a bus to get from Le Havre to Paris, and then from the bus station in Paris to my friend's house in the 11th. It's going to be really fun. Oh, I got some work to do. I'm going to go do it after I finish my book, after I finish my work. Look at this. I'm so into being an entrepreneur again, and I don't think I'm going to open up this studio this year. That's not really the goal. But the goal is to understand, to start definitely working on the business plan for this studio. That can get done this year. Boy, this is really exciting. I feel my heart racing. I remember though, when I first decided that I wanted to open my studio in Long Beach, it took me 2 years, by the way, to get the studio actually opened. The first 6 months were spent just thinking about what it is I wanted. I said, I know I want this thing. And then I started writing it down. What do I want? How do I want people to feel? What does the business look like? How do people feel when they come? How does it make money? All these kinds of things, and then making a business, doing a business is an exciting thing. It's a work of art, but it needs to have structure. A business needs a solid business plan if you want it to take form in the material world. That's something I still believe to be 100% true. And I'm talking about a brick and mortar business. I don't know about online businesses. I don't think I've had a lot of success as an online business. I don't think I've ever really mastered that or gotten that right. But I know lots of people do. Like the first person that comes to my mind is Marie Forleo. She's totally cyber, Of course, she does classes and things like that, but her videos, her blog, all the things she puts out, the opportunities, B School, all that she's done with so much success. But I wasn't really able to have that kind of success. And I think there are lots of reasons why I haven't been able to have that kind of success. And I don't know if that's even something that I want to pursue. I know that when I first started thinking about moving into that type of world, moving from brick and mortar to moving into something like in the virtual world, it felt I had resistance to it from within me. And at that time, I didn't know how to work through that resistance. And I just kind of fought against things and I tried things out. And I never really healed that resistance, although it's in the process of healing itself now as I dive more into just living my life and allowing my life to unfold in the way that it wants to. But I'll tell you something. When I think about a brick and mortar business, I have no resistance whatsoever. I was so into having my studio and, like, showing up and seeing people there at my studio was such a good feeling. Oh my God, it was so powerful. And for me, that feels really important. So I may never get the virtual thing right, but I sure as hell am going to open up another studio. I got that, and I got that right here in my heart. I feel it. My mind feels it. My emotions feel it. This is the Law of Attraction 101. Right here, you're watching it in action. Day 8 of 100 Days of Happiness, the Law of Attraction in effect. All right, okay, now I'm really signing off. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.